Hello there. We're here making a video. And full disclosure, I'm going to catch myself staring up here a lot because that's where the screen is, and I got a little camera sitting right here. That way it's not the blurry thing that I sometimes make. I am at home, but to celebrate the momentous occasion of making videos with the cam, I made a not delicious coffee in my disgusting cup that really bothers my wife. She hates this thing. It works. Look, I have coffee. It works. I don't care if it's pretty. I'm pretty enough. Okay. Today, big day. I know I always say that, but today was a big day. Well, why was it a big day? Covered Quirk Theory. Well, what's Quirk Theory? All right. Great shame. I'm blanking on the author's name. And all right. So an author has an excerpt in our book, and it's "The Geek Shall Inherit the Earth." And the premise of the tale is this: traits that are really cool in high school might not be traits that are useful in real life. Traits that give you no cred at high school might be traits that are awesome in real life. So here we go. I don't have a prop, so hold on. I need a prop. Hang on. All right, here we go. A football, even though it's a squeaker with its face ripped off. By the way, that dog's name is Squeaker. Total coincidence. This isn't Squeaker's toy. She has no interest in this thing. So this is now a football. And in high school, if I managed to be able to catch this thing at a moderately okay rate, and I am part of a relatively successful football team, you know, the kind that wins like 6 or 7 games, people will walk by me in the hallways at a school and be like, "Oh my gosh, you are awesome. I saw you catch that ball. That was incredible." And it gives people something to talk about. As a teacher, I could turn to a guy and say, "Hey, Guido, saw you. Great catch, man." He goes, "Hey, thanks, Conway." And we're friends. We're bonding. We're tight. So this is a nifty skill to have at high school. Well, what about after high school? All right. Well, most people aren't that good at it. They're okay, but it's not like they're superstars. It's okay, but we're not superstars. So what now? What now? Well, first of all, there's a huge value to playing sports. Sports teaches you all these nifty traits: hard work, overcoming difficulty, how to be modest. But sometimes it can teach you some negative traits, like how to be an arrogant dillweed. So if that is what someone learned from sports, they didn't learn very much. So on the flip side, walking behind awesome Guido here who can catch a ball. Woo! By the way, I am catching it every time. How about that? Woo! Almost dropped that one. So amazing Guido. Well, what about the kid who, when he catches, does this? You know, this type kid. By the way, true story. You really need to learn how to catch. It'll help you bond with your kids, and it'll make life a lot less miserable for your kids, because the fact is, for a few years of school, catching the ball with the clap is going to give them an emotional beating in PE class. And if they could just at least remotely catch it, life will be easier. So there's a little bit of a life suggestion, just a little bit of ability to catch, just not at a football level, but just, yay. Okay. However, in the class is another kid, and all they can do is read really well. They can pick up a book and read it really, really well. They're good at it. They can't catch. I'm hitting a dog in the face right now. In case I'm trying to get it up here so you can see that it actually exists. Not that dog. Camera shy. And an itchy leg. It's gone. All right. You're a really great reader. And because you are able to read well, what you are able to do is take in information and perhaps process it. I don't mean just that you can read well and take a quiz. You're able to process information. Well, the fact is, you can have one heck of a blog. You can have one heck of an amazing webpage. I'm not even talking about being an author. You can maneuver information. You could be a research analyst for a company, and you can look at trends, and you can make mucho money for this. Awesome. I had to dig out this book. There used to be a joke in my era that the kids you make fun of for playing Dungeons and Dragons in high school don't be too mean to them because they're going to be your bosses someday. But it's the idea that people who would play something like this are sometimes creative, thoughtful, imaginative. Well, those are good traits to have in the real world. Now, again, that's not to say sports aren't a good trait. Isn't a good trait. But Quirk Theory states things like being able to read well. Oh, I just got blurry. I went Bigfoot. Things like not being able to, things like being able to read well, being artistic, perhaps even just being a great communicator. You might not get a lot of high school cred for it because you're not a stud athlete. Perhaps you're not in the school play and up in front of everybody. You're an introvert. All right. But those same traits that don't give you much cred now, wow. As an introvert, you can make an incredible teacher because you know what those kids are going through. You can make a fantastic school counselor because of those traits. Quirk theory, don't give up on yourself. High school could be a beatdown, terrible. Even at a school tiny like ours, man, just definitely get through 9th grade because the bullying slows down. But until then, it is a beatdown. That's not to say sophomore year is all that much better, but junior, senior does get better. So what the assignment was today is I needed them to indicate someone they admired. So they wrote it down, and almost all of them put mom, dad, got about 5 Conways. That's awesome. But what if you don't actually consider, maybe my ball is making me blurry. Here, I won't move. Camera. Wow, that's blurry. Let's move it forward. Still blurry. Oh, there we go. Hey, it's me again. All right. What if those people aren't actually great role models? You just love them. I love my mom. Okay, why? Well, she's been through a lot. Okay, awesome. And she keeps going. Awesome. Does that make a role model? I mean, they keep going. Were they supposed to combust? I mean, you don't want someone, disappear, but write down traits that people have that are admirable. What can you do to get those traits? And if keep on keeping on is one of the traits, I mean, I suppose if you looked at it a different way, however, that's all. We'll build into role models for tomorrow. Today, we only put down names, and like I said, the majority of them are mom, dad. A few of them put someone famous. Had a couple football players named, and about 6 people I've never heard of. And I don't mean because they're parents or anything like that. I mean, apparently they're famous people. One was a rapper. I didn't know him, her, rapper. Okay. That was the class today. Quirk theory. You should know it. I'm stopping the video now. Oh, and I got really close.